Hey everybody. So we have a super fun project planned for tonight. I'm going to take those wooden Dollar Tree pumpkins and I'm going to show you 3 different ways you can use them. So much fun. Some of them surprised me. I had a whole plan and I threw the plan out. So stay tuned. It's going to be fun. And hey, by the way, I'm Colette with Blessings Craft Therapy if you didn't know. And if you did, thank you so much for coming back. All right, let's get to the project. Okay, so this pumpkin is going to be so easy, but it's so pretty and so farmhousey. I love it. So we have this Dollar Tree pumpkin. I'm going to remove all the stuff, take the raffia ribbon off, and I'm going to use some sheepskin chalk paint. And I'm going to paint the whole thing, the front, the back, in between the little raised parts, all of it, okay? Let it dry. Once it's dry, I'm going to use some, this is just antiquing wax, and this is just a stupid sponge from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that wax on there, and then I'm going to kind of feather it. Yes, I tried on the back first, just to make sure. Yup, and it works. Okay, so then I go to the front and I'm feathering it on the edges. So I want it to be more concentrated on the stem, but then I'm going to feather it all around all of the edges and just highlight. See how we're just highlighting all of the raised parts. Listen, if you're not into distressing, though, this part can be omitted. You don't have to do this part. Some people get so mad. They get so mad with the distressing. To the glory of God, don't do it. Or do it. Whatever floats your boat. These are your crafts. You make it how you want. It's fine. But, and I'll be honest with you, I was doing this and I almost just left it just like this because I love it. Look at how pretty it is. It looks so pretty to me. Love, love, love. And yes, as I mentioned, this is a sponge from Dollar Tree. They came in many came in a package. I just love using sponges and scrubby pads for doing distressing. It works so nice. All right, so next I'm going to put a little dot of glue on this first raised part. And then I have a medium weight jute. And I'm going to put more glue right around that edge. And I'm just going to glue jute to each of those raised spots. So I'm just following that edge with glue and going all the way around it. And I'm going to do that for each and every one of those raised spots. The other 2 that I did, and I wish I had done it with this first one, was I started them at the top because I'm going to put a bow at it. So see how I started at the top? I wish I had done that with the other one, but you know, when we craft, we learn things, right? And that's what happens. So I started it at the top. So that way, when we connect the 2, it'll be at the top and it'll be hidden when we put a bow on it. And you see, there it is. Jute is really nice because you can hide a lot of accidents with jute. So there's that is. And I'm going to do the other one as well. Perfect. Now I have some raffia, a nice long piece of it, and I make a circle with it. And then I connect the center. See, we're just making a bow. That's all we're doing. So I connect that center and I just tie it with another piece of raffia on the inside. Easy peasy. These are one of my favorite. Listen, if you aren't into raffia, I don't know how else you make bows. Like this is like one of my favorite things to use to make bows because it's just so easy and country, and I just love everything about it. I wish fabric would behave the same way as raffia. So pretty. Then I just fluff out my raffia, and then I'm going to take this is like a paper wrapped wire, and I wrap it around a dowel, and then I kind of stretch out the center. Next, we're going to put our our pumpkin together. So I have some fake greenery from Dollar Tree that I'm going to glue one on each side. And then I have our little bow that we had. So I'm going to glue that on there. Easy peasy. And we could have just left it there, but I wanted them to look like tendrils. So I glued that on there as well. And I mussed it up so it looks a little wonky. And I love it. Oh my gosh, love it. I did put another jute hanger on, but that was it, friends. Are you kidding me? Look how pretty it is. Ah! Okay, so here's another one that we have. This one, we're using some fabric. So this is going to be super fun. All right, so we're going to start like we always do with these. Take all the stuff off, get the raffia bow off and the jute. And then I'm taking a piece of paper and I'm putting it on top. And all I'm doing is kind of moving my finger around each of those raised parts so that we can make a template. We're going to then cut out, see how it made like a embossed almost. So then we're going to just cut all of those parts. Now we have a template. Perfect. So then we have some Dollar Tree fabric, which I love. Dollar Tree did so good with their fabric this year. And all I'm doing is tracing the pattern, each of the pattern pieces. I'm using a gel pen. It's an erasable gel pen. I'll show you after why I use a gel pen with this. You are going to be blown away if you don't know already. So that's all I did here though, is it's just tracing each. Now, if I were to do this again, I would probably use cardstock. It would have been a little easier to trace onto our fabric, but that's fine. And then we're going to cut out our fabric that we traced. Perfect. Ta-da! And obviously it's a piece for each of the raised parts. And it fit, and I'm super happy. And I'm not good at cutting straight lines, so I'm surprised this worked as well as it did. But look how pretty that looks already. Love, love, love. Okay, so once we have all that, I'm using Waverly's Pumpkin is the color of the chalk paint. And I'm just painting the divots and the stem. Let that dry. Then once that's dry, I'm using the sponge and some wax. This is just antiquing wax. Do you have to do this part? No, but I thought it would look really cool. So I just put some of that wax on there and then just went over and distressed some of the pumpkin. Do you see all of it? No. You know, after I finished it, I was like, I probably didn't need to do this part. But listen, love me through it. It's fine. I was feeling the distressing vibe, and so I was going with it. So that's what we did here. I just went around and just kind of feathered it around all of the raised parts and the edges. I just wanted it to look a little bit more dimensional. Again, totally don't have to do that part, but I think it looks kind of pretty just like that. Super pretty. Now you could do this, man. This would also be very cool if you use scrapbook paper. But again, we're using some fabric. So then on the raised part, I'm going to put some Mod Podge, and I put a pretty good layer of Mod Podge on there because fabric absorbs Mod Podge and we want to make sure that it sticks. So I'm going to put that on, put our fabric on our part that we just put the Mod Podge and smooth it out. And it's not perfect on there. Like I know it wasn't perfect. Oh, and by the way, look at, if you add heat to your gel pen, it disappears. Yeah, it's disappearing ink. I know. All right, so as I was saying, it wasn't perfect, so I did use some sanding paper around the edges, and I Mod Podged each of the raised parts, and amazing, right? Then on the back, I put some more Mod Podge because I was going to paint it, but then I'm like, wait, I have some more fabric left, so I put Mod Podge on, and then I put fabric on the back. Oh, it looks so pretty. I love it when there's a sign that you can use and you know, like the other side is fine and you don't have to hide it. Doesn't happen often, all the time, I should say, with my signs. But anyway, so I sanded off the edges. The fabric is thin enough where you can actually sand off the edges, or you could cut it out perfectly. That's another option for many people. For me, I mess it up every single time and it's too frustrating. So sanding works like a dream for me. So I just go all the way around, add a little jute hanger, and then I'm going to add a little simple raffia bow. Look how cute this is. Like, and that's it. Quit it. Like, stop. That's so pretty. And look, the back looks so pretty. I love it so much. This makes me so happy. Okay, so here's the third one. We have this pumpkin that we're going to use with this faux tile. So we're going to do the same thing that we always do with all of these things. We're going to remove the stuff, the hanger and the little raffia bow. Then I'm going to take a piece of paper and I'm just rubbing those raised parts so that we can get a pattern to cut out so that we can cut out our faux tile. So there it is. We're going to cut all of those out. And then here's our faux tile. Now the tile, you want to cut one of the edges off because we want to get that sticky backer off because it's silly. It's not sticky. Like, see, it's not sticky on the inside. It's irritating. The minute you cut it, the whole thing falls apart anyway. So you just do it right away and you don't have to worry about it. So here are our pieces that we cut out, and all I'm doing is using a Sharpie to trace each of those patterns from that pumpkin that we did. And again, easy peasy. Then we're going to cut it out. These cut really easily. Then I'm going to use a little hot glue, and I'm going to go a little bit at a time. So we do hot glue, make sure it's on the right way, make sure it's all lined up, then more hot glue, and then put it down. And do that the entirety of each of the raised things. And again, you're going to do that 3 times because you have 3 different raised pieces. And this worked out like a dream, like easy peasy. Now, could you have used Mod Podge? Probably, but this seemed to work well. There it is. Then I'm going to use some white chalk paint, and I'm just going to paint the entirety of it. I painted the front and the back. The front required 2 coats on the faux tile. I suppose you wouldn't have to, but you'll see. Like, look at this is the second coat. Look at how much better that looks. Just make sure you let the first coat dry really well before you add the second coat, or else sometimes it kind of smudges and smears, and that's no fun. But perfect. Then you're going to let that dry really well. Once that's dry, again, I did the back as well. Once that's dry, I'm going to use, the color is Elephant, and I'm dry brushing on all of the faux tile and on the edges. I went a little heavy with my distressing. If you saw the other videos that I've done with these pumpkins, I was in a distressing mood. Distressing in a good way, not in a bad way. Anyways, so I just went around and just really distressed it. If this isn't your thing, again, go as light or as heavy or not at all, whatever. It's your pumpkin. And I did the same on the back. I went down and then I went side to side. Then I added some greenery. This greenery, the yellow pieces are from Michael's. The others that I'm going to be doing, this greenery is from, I think it's all from Michael's actually. So I just added some leaves, and then I went and added some of these cute little daisies. These were on sale at Michael's. I think they were like 90 cents or something, but look at how cute they are. I pulled them off of their stems, and then I added them to our little pumpkin. And I'm there for it. I am not good at floral arrangement at all. And so when I do it halfway okay, I am so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself. But anyways, and of course I have to do 5. Like, so weird that I have to do certain numbers. I had to do 5 flowers. God forbid I did 4. Tell me in the comments if anybody else is like that. Because it's just me. Love me through it if it is. It's fine. But look at how pretty this is. Then I had this beautiful organza. I think it's organza. I don't know. It's a pretty ribbon. It was like a gray color. I added that as the hanger, and stop. Look at how pretty this is. Ooh, I love it so much. Anyways, friends, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I inspired you.